team has been of 3. Pippen 9, Jordan 13. Bonner from Ewing, he's fouled. Michael Jordan with 53 points in this game. Ewing with 34. Starks with 5 fouls. Jordan's fadeaway blocked by Ewing.
ドテチチャン
マジソンスクエアガーデンはいつもニックスの素晴らしいプレーでファンの大歓声が上がっていますが、もう一人場内を沸かせるのに一役買っている人がいます。それはミュージックディレクターのレイ・カストルディです。彼の仕事は至ってシンプル、いかに場内を盛り上げるかということなんです。
We got here a keyboard controller. I use this for playing the organ sounds and brass effects, but I'm also going to use this keyboard to trigger a bunch of sound effects. You can see maybe the label here. Little defense drum. Got the explosion and some fireworks. And then also you can see I've got edits of some of the real heavy-hitting numbers that I might need at a moment's notice. Someone gets their 6th foul, I want to be able to play Hit the Road Jack at the drop of a hat.
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more.
Someone has a huge slam dunk and a timeout's called, I want to be able to hit Unbelievable.
You're unbelievable. You're so unbelievable.
I always try to keep it spontaneous and see how the game situation's going. If the Knicks are behind, I'm going to go with a song that's going to try to motivate the crowd to clap and get the Knicks motivated. When the team does something really great, the crowd is going to react. But those are very special moments in the game for me because I know that if I do something with the organ to try to get them to clap along or even playing a great song off a CD, at that point, the energy of the crowd can kind of be amplified and they can throw it back to the players and then maybe they can go, wow, the crowd's really behind us. Let's really get out there and give it a great shot. It's been a really great game, and I really feel like I hit those moments with the big songs. Yeah, you know, I walk away from the game feeling like, all right, maybe I played a small part, but it was an important part, and it's a good feeling of satisfaction that I help provide maybe a lift for the team, or a lift for the crowd at least.
レイは試合前のウォーミングアップの時にはプレイヤーからのリクエストも受け付けるということです。
Not only that, but Patrick Ewing, of course, playing against the center by committee for the Chicago Bulls, who will be Will Perdue, Luke Longley, and Bill Wennington. And, of course, Tony Kukoc starting at the power forward spot, and he'll be dealing with Charles Oakley. And there is number 45, in case you haven't heard it already. Jordan wore that number in junior high, wore it as he went to baseball for 18 months, and has returned with 45 because number 23 is retired and hanging above the rafters at the new United Center in Chicago. So Michael comes back to New York City. He loves playing in this gym.
Well, this place brings it out of you. And that's why we brought at the top that this is a nasty defensive series. This team, both teams do not like one another. Their styles of play are methodical. One is a low post power game, New York Knicks relying on 17 three-point shots a game. And the other one is the famous triangle offense.
Ewing wins the tip with Perdue. Charles Oakley matched up against Pippen early. Perdue got a piece of that. Perdue with a block on Ewing early in the game. Kukoc on the run. Jordan, 15-footer. Look out. Oakley sits down now.
But there is a little tension here tonight, Bob.
I'd say a bit. Charles Smith checks in.
Even the scalpers are saying there are no tickets to be scalped.
How about it? Nobody wanted to give them up.
That's right.
And Corey Blunt is in for Chicago now. In place of Kukoc at power forward. 10 to shoot. Jordan, pull up. 13 points for Jordan with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 6 out of 7. Mercy. In the post to Ewing. Good pass out of the double team. Smith is open. Back to Ewing. In the paint. Who got him? I think it was Corey Blunt on the turnaround.
Well, Patrick has been very active. 3 games ago, Patrick sprained his left ankle. There was a rumor that he might not play Saturday night against the Clippers or maybe Sunday versus Seattle. He showed up both nights, had excellent performances and was running like a deer.
There you go. We told you that he was 24, 11, 3, and 2-1. You see where he ranks in the NBA.
Now for Patrick, they are excellent stats. The field goal percentage of over 50%, a major key.
5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. The Bulls 20, Knicks 19, and for these two teams, a high-scoring first period.
Yeah, but we know that it will slow down to a walk as we move along.
Open man is Blunt. He traveled. Early first step. Now, would they call that on 45?
Yeah, well, the thing there was, Bob, it was so obvious, okay? He dragged the pivot foot. You can lift your pivot foot as long as you dribble or pass, but he dragged the leg, and it was too obvious.
Starks into Michael Jordan. They'll call him for his first personal.
Well, that was a pretty good anticipation by Michael. I thought Michael did a nice job in getting there. See, right now you're going to see, but he was moving. Now, what's the problem in Starks' game? He went 7 games once he injured his left shoulder without getting to the foul line. John Starks is a penetrator, in-your-face, take it to the front of the rim type of a guy. He is only averaging 3 foul shot attempts per game. That is not the John Starks that we know of, and you have to consider that he does not want to get whacked on that left shoulder.
Jordan spins past the double team, changed his shot, threw it away. Bonner on the run.
Nice pass.
Bonner kicks it out. Starks misses the 3. Rebound Blunt. But Pippen has Armstrong. Oh,
baby. Major jam.
Wow, fouls him hard.
Now, right now, this is going to be interesting. Should they give him a hard foul, or did he go for the block? They are giving him just a block call and a foul. Now, because they're saying that he goes for the block. Now, you be the referee in this. Just watch how high up Pippen gets on this side. Now, remember, Charles Smith is a shot blocker. Okay, so they are giving him the benefit. Now, if they would have called, oh, yes, now they're changing it.
Yes, they did. After a committee meeting, our officials, by the way, are Bennett Salvatore.
This is a one-shot. Now, watch out for the rest of the game.
Pippen gets the bounce. Bulls now build a 3-point lead. The biggest lead for either team has been of 3. Pippen 9, Jordan 13. Bonner from Ewing, he's fouled. Corey Blunt.
Now,
Those 2 quick ones up.
if you're astute tonight in your armchair watching this game, you notice that at half court, Scottie Pippen continues to trap out here at half court because his man is on the other side, but he now, Bonner, is breaking to the front of the rim, and he has taken advantage of Pippen on the last 3 foul shots. Now, Chicago is going to be tested. Are they going to change their strategy right now?
Anthony Bonner at the free throw line. Bonner, of course, played his basketball in college at St. Louis University. Jordan gets a rest. Pete Myers comes in. Jordan with 13 points as he gets his first rest of the night.
Now you're saying, well, why are they trapping at half court? The reason is to slow the Knicks down, do not allow them to get the ball up quickly, and Oakley or Bonner is a trail man. But right now, they are sending Bonner quickly right to the paint.
Jordan with some intelligence from the front line for General Jackson. 23-22 Bulls, 3:59 to go in the first quarter of play. 10 on the shot clock. Pippen and Jordan have 22 of the Bulls' 23 points. Pippen stripped away. Derek Harper. Oh, what a move! Yes! Derek Harper. He said he was so excited to play in this game, but he said the only thing that was bothering him, Hubie, is that his youngster was more excited about Michael being here than Daddy playing.
That's universal, not just here.
The lob into Purdue, not well done. Blunt tried to get it over Ewing. Bad decision. Bonner. Knicks 26, Bulls 23. Phil Jackson's going to get a timeout pretty soon.
Well, right now, the Knicks are fronting the post on the triangle. They have just forced 2 turnovers and are scoring in transition.
New York on a 6-0 run. They're on their feet at the Garden. Bonner stopped by Blunt. Good defensive play by Blunt. That caused Bonner to travel and turn it over, and the Bulls can pull to within one or better on this possession.
Now that was a blessing. You're going to see it right here. That was an offensive foul. The offensive foul before he traveled. Now if you're the Knicks, you want to travel.
Jordan operating. Fell down, got rid of it to Pippen. Back to Jordan. Three! And Jordan has 42.
Now listen, come on now. He was 1 for 10 in threes coming in.
All right. Falling down, hit his man, Tonto. Scottie Pippen, who got him back to the Lone Ranger. Patrick Ewing coming alive. What a ball game. 18 points for Ewing. Knicks by 2. These could be the first round playoff opponents in the East. Bulls call a timeout.
How would you like to have to open up with Chicago in a 5-game series with Michael Jordan, who neutralizes the crowd? The referees love him. They'll get the call on the road. Brutal.
Jordan was able to knock down the 3.
Well, he finds Pippen in the corner. Now, when Scottie puts it on the floor, watch how Starks goes back in. That opens up Jordan. Now, when he hits this 3, he is 2 for 3 this evening in threes.
Michael Jordan, 42 points. Doug Collins and I were there at Cleveland in 1990 when Michael had 69 on the Cavaliers.
Now, Pippen is the one that definitely disrupted that shot.
You got that right. Bulls down 3. Armstrong looking for an opening.
Nice.
Yes. And Corey Blunt travels with the ball.
What a great pass. Now, Corey could have forced that shot, but he was trying to make the catch and then the drop-off pass.
Knicks by 3, 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Jordan with 42 points. Ewing is fouled by Longley.
Nice move by Patrick. That's the first time this evening that he has spun to the baseline and taken it all away. Usually he'll fade for that jump shot.
Longley's 3rd personal foul. The Bulls with this center by committee with Purdue, Longley, and Wennington. Purdue has played best at that position, but usually somebody steps up and plays pretty well every night. Of course, tonight, Ewing now with 19 points, 10 of 13, make it 11 of 14 from the line.
Now, the last great series that they had when Michael was involved in '93, the Knicks won the division and had the best record, 60 wins in the East. And lo and behold, Chicago wins. Well, the Knicks still have 8 key players from that team in '93. Chicago only has 4 players available from that championship team.
Yeah, excellent point. Longley has not scored tonight. Pippen to Armstrong. He's open. That's a 2 for B.J. Armstrong. Knicks by 3.
B.J. one of the best spot-up guys that we have in the league. He read that penetration by Pippen perfect.
Starks long on the 3. Longley with that big body. Jordan. Shot wouldn't have counted anyway. Anthony Mason picks up the personal. Jordan will go to the line.
The reason I said look up, B.J. was wide open running down the floor, and then if he's not going to get the pass, he drifted right to that left-hand side, and that's where you must pay attention because he was spotting up for the 3. But Michael felt that he had it off the dribble.
And in terms of scoring, he did. Kukoc is going to come back in. Michael Jordan with 43 points, 7 of 8 from the line, 17 of 25 from the floor. Pippen will get a rest. Scottie Pippen's been productive tonight, too. He has only 12 points, but has a lot of intangible play tonight.
Well, just in the third quarter alone, Pippen has 5 assists.
Jordan is 6 points away from tying the most ever scored by an opponent at Madison Square Garden. That's 50, and it was scored by Jordan at 86. No basket.
Now Mason came back from his 5-game suspension Sunday night in Seattle, and he came in with 10 points and 10 rebounds. And we told you the big factor that he gives you is not only the points and the rebounding, but he is a terrific defender in the interior. He can play a center, big forward, or small forward. Quickness of foot and upper body strength.
Hubie, it's obviously there's been adversity on this Knicks team and controversy between Mason and Riley. How do you feel with Mason back that Mason and Riley will work this out the rest of the way?
Well, I think it's up to Mason to worry about working it out, not Pat Riley. I do believe that the next time that it happens, he'll be gone for a long period of time, if not for the rest of the year. I mean, no coach of the quality of a Riley is going to take total insubordination, never mind all of the other business that was given on the bench in front of a sellout crowd in a big game.
John Starks with a foul, his 4th. Jordan back to the line again. Remember, the Bulls have been in the penalty here, going to the line since 5-minute mark of this 3rd quarter. If Jordan hits these free throws, the Bulls will regain the lead. They have trailed by as many as 14 in this game. It's tied. Michael has 45 points.
Well, you worry about the Knicks, Bob, off of 93. Back then, even up and into 94, their differential was 6 to 7. Last year it was 7. This year their differential is only 2.5. That tells you that they're not scoring and they're not as ferocious defensively as they used to be.
10 of 11 from the line for Jordan. 46 points for Michael. 4 points away from tying his Madison Square Garden record. An opponent against the Knicks of 50 points. Smith, fake, good defense by Chicago. Inside, Mason.
Nice.
Ewing, jump hook over Longley. Good interior pass.
An excellent call, Bob. See, that's another quality that Mason possesses. He's a terrific ball handler for a guy his size.
Jordan with 46. Rims out of there, run down by Pete Myers. Corey Blunt. Pete Myers with 15 on the shot clock. Michael saying, bring it back out. Myers is going to take it in anyway. They probably should have brought it back out.
You know what happened there? Patrick Ewing left Longley, and instead of Longley going to the front of the rim, he stays outside, so Myers had to force the shot.
Yeah, Longley is normally much more effective offensively. Smith missing, Jordan rebounding. Bulls with a chance to take the lead, down 80-79. 30 seconds, a three-pointer. Wide up for Michael Jordan. He has 49 points. His next field goal will break the Madison Square Garden record by an opponent, and we're in the 3rd quarter.
He shot that from the Garment Center. Are you kidding? He was outside the building on that one.
3 of 4 from three-point land for Michael Jordan tonight. Harper, turnaround jumper from 12 is good, and that'll tie it at 82. 9 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Derek Harper has had a very, very solid game.
Jordan misses at the buzzer. It's tied at 82. Jordan about to break the Madison Square Garden opponent's scoring record set by a youngster in 1986 from North Carolina named Michael Jordan. Back for the final 12 minutes after this.
They're double teaming, see? And when you double team, that opens up one of the 2 big men on the other side of the lane, and they're finding them.
Tied at 87. Charles Smith with the steal.
Give it up.
Kerr brings him down. Now you're right, he should have.
Yeah, now see, if he gave that up, they would have had a layup. Now this should be a definite 2-shot hard foul. There's no doubt about this. Now you're going to see, now as they come on the break, keep to the top of your screen. See, if he gave that ball up right there, they never would have gotten that. Now, I am stunned that this is not a 2 and the ball.
Not a flagrant 2. Charles Smith will get 2 shots, period. B.J. Armstrong about to get back into the ball game for the Bulls. Tied at 10:09 remaining. These are potential first-round playoff opponents, Chicago and New York, over the past few years during the Bulls' run at the championships. It's been Knicks, Bulls, and except when Michael was gone, the Bulls have been the thorn in the side of the New York Knicks.
Well, you can see on the bench there, Michael Jordan and Pete Myers were having words, whatever caused that.
I think he was probably talking to him about the time that he wouldn't come out with it. Longley inside. Hard human calling for that.
He looked like Big Country Reeves on that. Okay? Come on. It's about time.
Bulls by one. Davis. Shot clock to 10. Herb Williams.
Nice fake.
Smith for the offensive board to the putback. Knicks up by a point. To follow up on that, when Pete Myers was in, he had the ball inside. Jordan wanted it out high, wouldn't give it to him, and that's why Michael's talking to him on the bench, and Pippen just drains the three. Bulls by 2.
Go.
Hubert Davis. Herb Williams gets long. Longley got a piece of it.
See, he has the talent, Bob, to be the missing link for them. He can shot block. He's a big body. He should be able to score for you down inside, but you must do it every night.
Kerr from Longley. Nowhere to go.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
7 seconds.
Nice.
And the foul.
Beautiful, beautiful. And this is why you love watching Scottie Pippen play. If you notice, he's total motion. He's been going all night long. Now just watch this little hesitation. He looks off the one defender as he extends it, takes it right to the rim.
Pippen, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. That personal on Herb Williams. Bulls by 4, 8:36 to go in the game. Jordan on the bench resting with 49 points. B.J. Armstrong commits the foul on the attempted steal. Let's check the team foul situation because both of them fouling early here, particularly the Bulls. That's their 3rd team foul with 8:27 to go. Knicks have committed only 1.
Right now you can see with 8:27 to go, Phil Jackson is trying to buy Michael Jordan some extra time because they have the 4-point lead.
There's the screen and roll. Traveling, Bulls ball up by 4.
Since the first quarter, the Knicks spacing inside has left a lot to be desired. Plus, they're kind of out of sync. They're not getting any type of perimeter game shooting. Give Chicago their due at the defensive end.
Ewing on the bench for New York. Herb Williams playing Longley. 8 to shoot. Armstrong. For 3! It's a 7-point Bulls lead. Timeout, New York. The Garden crowd is quiet. An 8-0 Chicago run with Michael Jordan resting on the bench. With just under 8 minutes to go in the game, time for the Dutch boy in the paint. Patrick Ewing, who has been resting, is now back on the court.
Well, you can see he's dominating, but then again, the Bulls centers do not get any shot attempts. The second effort points you can see right there. But let's face it, the Knicks had 34 points in the first quarter. They've only scored 56 points in 2.5 quarters.
And Luke Longley got the block on Ewing there right out of the chute. Kukoc over Ewing, hit the side. Longley with the offensive board.
I'm telling you, the young guy can do it. Unfortunately, he doesn't play like this every night. But he has tools.
Bulls have their biggest lead, 99-90.
Big thing is you've got to go to your bread and butter if everyone else is struggling, and they have to start going through Ewing and get the catches, and Patrick must answer the bell here.
Patrick has 25 in the game. Kukoc inside. Nice defensive job by Charles Smith. Knicks on the run. Jordan moments away from re-entering the game along with Derek Harper. And Kukoc picks up the personal foul, and that's 5 for Kukoc.
Now that's the Bulls' fourth for the quarter. So the Knicks will be shooting the penalty on the next foul.
Corey Blunt in along with Michael Jordan. Blunt and Jordan, Longley, Pippen, and B.J. Armstrong on the floor as the Bulls lead by 7. Knicks, however, will be shooting the penalty, and that'll make a significant difference down the stretch. Knicks have committed only 1 team foul in this quarter. Ewing over Longley and the foul.
Now Longley got a little confidence. He blocked 2 shots. Patrick didn't give him his best moves. Now the last 2 times down, Patrick has stepped up his game, and he's given him some moves. Well, you have to respect Longley because of his size at 7'2" and the long reach.
Longley just picked up his 5th foul. Phil Jackson will probably use him in. As Phil says, having 3 centers gives him 18 fouls at that position.
The Knicks have now missed 12 foul shots.
Yeah, big. 99-94, Bulls, 6.5 to go. Michael gets his own board, knocked out of bounds, and saved by Harper. Nearly knocked out by Charles Smith, who had the block.
Michael is angry with himself because that was his easiest shot of the night.
His next one will break a record of opponents scoring against the Knicks.
There you go.
And the foul. The Knicks come roaring back. It's a 1-point game and will be tied if Ewing hits the free throw.
The 2 shot blocks by Longley have awakened Patrick Ewing. The last 3 moves, very, very strong. Now Longley fouls out of the game on this move with 5 points and 5 rebounds. Strong move by Patrick. That's the 2nd time this evening, Bob, that he has spun to the baseline and then rather than throw the fadeaway, stepped under the defender and reached up for that shot.
So he fouls out with 5 points. Ewing, 29 points, 20 in the second half. Will Purdue in for Chicago.
The big key, though, is the Knicks' inability to make the foul shots. That's a major issue in this game.
Bulls 99, Knicks 96, can pull to within 2 if Ewing hits the free throw. But he doesn't. Purdue rebound. 3-point Bulls lead. 6 minutes to go in the game. Jordan back in. 49 points for Michael tonight. Isolate the side. Screen and roll. Right by. There's another block by Charles Smith.
Well, Charles Smith averages throughout his entire career with the Clippers in here right at 2 shot blocks a game. So you know, now Michael goes in here, he thinks he has it, but Charles right up on that shot.
Frankly, it looked like it could have been a foul too. Nevertheless, it wasn't called.
Well, you're looking for the record. See,
I'm looking for the record. If they'll get the record, I'll quit refereeing. Give him the 2. Starks against Jordan to Ewing over Purdue. Ewing has 31. What a show tonight.
Isn't it amazing
Michael Jordan.
When you finally go to your guy, your bread and butter guy, what happens?
8-0 run by New York, all scored by Ewing. Bulls by 1. 10 to shoot for the Bulls. The Garden is alive. Jordan, fade away. Not again. Purdue follows. 101-98 Bulls. 5:11 to go in the game. Ewing has been the man for the Knicks. He has scored their last 8 points. Harper leading in.
Oh, big shot.
Pippen rebound.
Now, I know he thought he was going to get fouled.
Right.
Because the next foul, well, they're already shooting the penalty.
Looking for Jordan. Sounds like the name of a book.
Michael wants to clear out. He wants to take starts.
Blocked that time by Ewing. Corey Blunt back with the putback. The Bulls offensively rebounded.
Yes, because they're catching the shot blocks. They're coming right back to them. Right? You're giving them offensive boards. No, the shot blocks are coming right back to the ball.
Jordan driving, being batted away by Ewing and Charles Smith. Back to Ewing. Open man Harper. This is the 3. Blunt loses the rebound to Smith. Ewing misses. Pippen for the Bulls. Up 5. 4 minutes to go in the game. Pippen. Good play by Starks, moving Purdue out. Intercepted. The pass attempt for Ewing. B.J. Armstrong with the ball. Bulls by 5. What a wild game. And Phil Jackson sees the 5-point lead and wants to settle him down.
Now Michael Jordan is struggling. He has missed 8 of his last 9 shots. For the game, he is 18 for 32.
Isolated against Starks, carrying 5 fouls. Jordan from 16. There's the record! That's the record of the most points scored against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Jordan's old record of 50, his new record 51. Now the record is over, Hubie, I can relax.
Yeah, it takes me out of the record book because I was coaching in that game.
I was going to say, I wonder how the coach felt. Ewing, however, answers over Purdue. What a show we're seeing from Patrick Ewing here in the second half. And number 33 has 33. Bulls by 5.
Nice defense by Mason. Plenty of time, 10 seconds.
Offensive foul as Jordan raked down John Starks.
Yeah, that was a good call. Michael knew it. Starks, very active, was trying to front him. Now keep an eye on it right there. You're going to see Michael put him down. Knicks need some smart basketball right here, Bob. They need to score or a couple of foul shots.
Bulls up by 5. Ewing has the last 10 New York points. Pippen kicked the ball. That'll reset the shot clock with 2:50 to go in the game. New 24 seconds, and Ewing has the last 10 New York points.
Now, if you notice on that post up by Charles Smith, Scottie Pippen is the designated double teamer from the top of the circle. That means the ball would be rotated out to Anthony Mason.
Charles Smith being played by Corey Blunt.
Oh, good denial by Michael.
Starks had stepped out. Jordan got into the passing lane. 10 to shoot. Starks into Ewing. There's the double team.
Nice.
Man, Mason fouled hard, missed the lay-in, but excellent recognition by Patrick Ewing. Fourth foul, team's fourth. On the next one, the Bulls will be shooting. Knicks already at the line. Looking for Jordan, the lob inside. Ewing there to help Purdue. Hard to the rack, blocked by Patrick Ewing. What a play! Harper.
Come on, now you have to go into Patrick, see what happens. Go right back at him.
Now fronted by Purdue.
Sure, he's got to make it happen.
Hit
No, not giving
a
it.
wave off the basket.
Wave it off.
Ewing outraged, as are the fouls here in Madison Square Garden.
Everyone wants the continuation. Now keep an eye on Patrick rotating. There's your block. At the other end of the floor, see the whistle blew right there, and that definitely was a continuation. That was a continuation. They don't get the call.
Patrick showing that disappearing is the wiser move at this point in the game instead of getting in the face of the official and coming back for his free throw. Doesn't get it. Pippen, by the way, now carrying 4 fouls for the Bulls.
That's the 13th miss for the Knicks.
From the line. 107-104 Bulls, 1:28 to go in the game. Patrick Ewing has been alive here in the second half. Got 1 of 2. Michael Jordan with 53 points in this game. Ewing with 34. Starks with 5 fouls. Jordan's fadeaway blocked by Ewing. Starks, good pass. Look out.
Dunk it. Yes.
That brought them to their feet. It's tied at 107.
Right now, Michael is forcing the action right now. The last 3 times down the floor. When they have played their best in this half, they've just all played within the offense.
He forced it again. Goes to hard angle bank shot by Scottie Pippen, or was that Sam Jones?
Not a bad name out of the pass.
Bulls by 2. Jordan.
Now keep an eye on Patrick. Patrick gets that shot. That's his 4th block of the game, 3rd this quarter. When they kick it out, look at Jordan running Starks down. He knows he better send it home strong. Now, how about the angle on this bank? Oh my! Oh,
He had to hit it at the edge of the backboard. There's the reset. Bulls 3-1, timeouts. Knicks 2-1.
Plenty of timeouts.
Under a minute. Bulls by 2. Pressure defense. 10 to shoot.
Patrick wants the ball. He has 35 points. Oh, he gets bailed out on that.
The call, and once again, we talked about it earlier, Hubie. If it's Cartwright, maybe or maybe not a foul, but Purdue and Longley and Winnington don't get the respect from the officials that way, and they get the fouls. Longley's already fouled
Well,
out.
it's a major issue. There's no doubt about that. Now, right now, Ewing has 34 points, 25 in the second half. He has 7 rebounds and 4 block shots. Now he is now, for himself on the foul line tonight, 15 for 22.
Timeout, Chicago. Hubie, you said it during the commercial timeout. What a great game. Bulls by 1, 39 seconds left. Spike Lee, so many celebrities here tonight, and they are glad they didn't sell their tickets.
Absolutely. Now this was an excellent timeout by the Bulls. They're icing Ewing. He's 15 for 22 on the line. He has missed 7. Timeouts. Chicago has 2 and a 20. New York, 2 and a 20. Both teams are shooting the penalty. So we have plenty of timeouts. Now watch the people getting into the lane as he pauses and he gets up to his shot. There it is.
It's tied at 109. Jordan working on Starks. Got him in the air. Michael Jordan has 55. He had to work for them.
He did. Starks played him as well as you could, using his forearm to neutralize Michael as he was trying to make the penetration.
And carrying 5 fouls.
Oh yeah, first to the left and then to the right. But then again, that's why he's the greatest. Because all he did was extend. Now just keep an eye on it. He extends. Now how about this? Outstanding presence of head fake and then regrouping to get the good shot. Now just watch how he regroups. Now here comes the fake, gets Starks up, and then there it is.
55 points for Michael Jordan tonight. If you've dialed in late, sorry you missed something. He had 20 in the first quarter, and you could tell that it was going to be one of those nights for Michael Jordan. He loves to play at Boston Garden. He loves to play at Madison Square Garden. Michael loves to play at the Forum in LA. Put him on stage, and you're going to get these kind of performances. His all-time career high, 69 points. But he broke the Knicks record, and you see David Stern, who, you think David's happy that Michael came back?
Oh, I would think so. America's happy.
Yeah.
At the other end, Chicago has got to say, if Patrick catches the ball, we must double team and force the other people to beat us right now, because Patrick is in a groove. Double hard, force the rotation, and let's see what happens with these other people.
25.8 to go in the game.
Now they couldn't move it to half court. They're not. They're taking it here and coming up in normal play. That way it saves them from possibly getting denied on an inbounds pass. There's a pick and roll.
Starks against Purdue. Phil Jackson exploded, and that will be 6 on Purdue. Both Longley and Purdue have fouled out of this ball game.
Now that Starks just decide to take it. From this angle, from that shot right there, that is an offensive foul. You can see Purdue is there, and Starks had nothing, jumped right in his chest, but it doesn't matter. He gets the call.
He's out. Winnington in. Starks 12 points. He is 3 of 4 from the free throw line tonight. Bulls up by 2 with 14.6 to go in the game, and Kukoc, Longley, and Purdue have all fouled out of this game for Chicago.
Well, you have to make the foul shot. Starks is a 72% shooter. Within 1. Now, we told you, Chicago, 2 timeouts, and it's 20. You do not necessarily have to call a timeout. As a matter of fact, you catch people sleeping if you take it out of the net, if he makes it, and you flow right down the floor.
14.6 seconds remaining. Starks rattles it in. It's tied at 111. Timeout, Chicago.
Now, Chicago decide at that time they're calling the timeout. It'll be interesting to see. Will they take it at half court or on the baseline?
While there is a timeout, let's go to Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. Thanks, Ernie. 111, 14.6 to go. Well, I remember seeing the Bulls in a situation like this very similar. As you look at Bill Murray, you know, his comeback to the NBA may be spoiled now by Patrick coming back in. Saturday night against Atlanta, the Bulls were down by 1. They went to Michael Jordan with 5.9 left. Could we see deja vu? This is Saturday against Atlanta over Steve Smith. Bulls win.
Well, they took it down at the end, but that's where he rebounded the ball and took it up the floor. The big key right now is if you're the Knicks, do you allow him to hold the ball, milk the clock without double teaming him, and then for them to get the last shot and a potential offensive rebound? Now you see they're taking it at the full length of the floor. This allows the people to move, run time off the clock, and it also opens up the floor so you're not trying to get the ball in a half-court area.
Steve Kerr in for Chicago, and Bonner has just replaced Hubert Davis. Pippen will inbound. Mason, Bonner, and Starks are defending.
They have Armstrong and Kerr in there as their spot-up people, because they're saying, are you going to double-team Jordan? If they do, if you double-team, they're going to spot up.
Michael finds the open man. Winnington with a jam. 3.1 remaining. Timeout, New York.
That was outstanding. Who has been double-teaming him in the lane? Patrick Ewing. And that was by design. He took it right down the middle of the floor. The Knicks stayed with Armstrong and Kerr in the corners. And then what did they do? They sent Ewing out, his man, right to the front of the rim. Now just watch this. Here comes Ewing. Great pass, because there's Winnington going to the front of the rim.
Jordan, 2 assists in the 4th quarter.
Now I'll give you another angle. Beautiful pass, smart basketball. When your big man leads you to double team, go to the front of the rim. This is the best angle so you can see it. Beautiful. Now the Knicks, plenty of time. 3.1 seconds, okay? 3.1, we know that you can catch the ball and get off at least 2 dribbles here. You know it's got to be something quick. Is it an inbound pass inside to Patrick Ewing, or is it to a Starks off the dribble? Pat Riley, through his 4 years, has always used Ewing and Starks in some manner.
3.1 seconds remaining. New York now all out of timeouts. The Bulls have 1 remaining. It's a 2-point game with 3.1 seconds to go. You see what the Knicks have decided to do. They have moved the ball to half court. Winnington will try to defend Patrick Ewing. Longley and Purdue have fouled out along with Kukoc.
All right, now there's your delay in game by Pippen stepping out.
To take a look at what they were going to run.
Now you can see right now there's going to be a down screen in the lane here for John Starks. He's going to right here. Here's Starks.
He falls down, loses the ball over the backcourt.
Backcourt violation.
8/10 of a second left. That delay of game was brilliantly executed.
Well, yeah, everyone in this league does the delay of game.
It was at a great time.
But you can see as he comes up in here, Michael had him on the hips. I do not think that caused him to slip. All you have to do is throw the ball in here, and one of your guys just get a piece of it, and the game's over. Right there. A great win for the Chicago Bulls.
Michael Jordan, 55 points in this ball game. The Bulls beat the Knicks 113-111. Let's go to Craig Sager. Craig.
Well, if you're going to make a comeback, you better come back as good or better than you have before. You surprised people all over the world. How do you feel personally about your performance tonight?
Starting to come back to me a little bit. I felt very good tonight. Shot the ball very, very well. I felt myself in great rhythm tonight, and I guess the big point of the game was the fourth quarter. When I was sitting, the other guys came in, gave me a chance to rest, and it was a great effort by everybody, really.
How have you been able to maintain your focus throughout this, particularly today in New York with everything that's happening here? How'd you do it today?
Well, I go through my normal routine. Once I'm on the basketball court, the rest of the stuff doesn't make a difference to me, because I'm in my dreamland. This is what I enjoy doing. I love playing the game of basketball, and once I'm out here, no one can really do anything but let me play the game of basketball. But everything pertaining to this,
But how do you feel now about the team compared to 2 weeks ago when you first started thinking about coming back?
I still think we need to work on our defense. I think everyone's putting a lot of emphasis on rebounding, but we gave up a lot of easy baskets defensively, and even though I scored a lot of points, if we played solid defense, it shouldn't be this close.
55 points, but nice assist at the end.
Hey, don't count on me shoot it every time. I can't pass.
Okay, back to you, Bob. Well, if you're going to make a comeback, you better come back as good or better than you have before. You surprised people all over the world. How do you feel personally about your performance tonight?
Starting to come back to me a little bit. I felt very good tonight. Shot the ball very, very well. I felt myself in great rhythm tonight, and I guess the big point of the game was the fourth quarter. When I was sitting, the other guys came in, gave me a chance to rest, and it was a great effort by everybody, really.
How have you been able to maintain your focus throughout this, particularly today in New York with everything that's happening here? How'd you do it today?
Well, I go through my normal routine. Once I'm on the basketball court, the rest of the stuff doesn't make a difference to me, because I'm in my dreamland. This is what I enjoy doing. I love playing the game of basketball, and once I'm out here, no one can really do anything but let me play the game of basketball. But everything pertaining to this,
But how do you feel now about the team compared to 2 weeks ago when you first started thinking about coming back?
I still think we need to work on our defense. I think everyone's putting a lot of emphasis on rebounding, but we gave up a lot of easy baskets defensively, and even though I scored a lot of points, if we played solid defense, it shouldn't be this close.
55 points, but nice assist at the end.
Hey, don't count on me shoot it every time. I can't pass.
Okay, back to you, Bob.
Of the 20, Cleveland point. Here's Starks firing. Starks at the buzzer.
August 29, 2001. As he will later tell a reporter, Ramzi bin Al-Shib is asleep at his home in Hamburg when he receives an early morning phone call. On the other end of the line, Mohammed Atta delivers a cryptic message, quote, 2 sticks, a dash, and a cake with a stick down.
The 2 sticks is the number 11, the dash is the dash, and the cake with the stick down is the number 9. And that was the 0 hour.
9/11, September 11th. From the rear, flight attendant Betty Ong uses an airphone to call the American Airlines reservation office in Cary, North Carolina. The call is recorded.
Okay, my name is Betty Ong. I'm number 3 on flight 11.
Okay.
Our number 1 got stabbed. Our purser is stabbed. Nobody knows who stabbed who, and we can't even get up to business class right now because nobody can breathe. And we can't get the cockpit. The door won't open. This is operations. What flight number are we talking about?
Flight 12.
Flight 12. Okay, we're on flight 11 right now. This is flight 11.
It's flight 11.
Boston to Los Angeles.
8:21 a.m. Someone in the cockpit turns off the transponder, the device that transmits the plane's altitude and identity. It can still be tracked, but it's now more difficult.
Can anybody get up to the cockpit? Can anybody get up to the cockpit? Okay, we can't even get into the cockpit. We don't know who's up there.
Well, if they were shrewd, they would keep the door closed and...
I'm sorry?
Would they not maintain a sterile cockpit?
I think the guys are up there. They might have found their way up there or something. Nobody can call the cockpit. We can't even get inside.
Then, Mohammed Atta's voice crackles over an air controller's headphones.
We have some planes. Just stay quiet and we'll be okay. We're turning to the airport.
One of the hijackers may have hit the wrong button in the cockpit. Atta seems to think he's speaking only to the passengers. In fact, his voice is being heard and recorded by air traffic controllers.
Nobody move. Everything will be okay. If you try to make any move, you'll endanger yourself and the airplane. Just stay quiet.
8:43 a.m. American Airlines flight attendant Amy Sweeney has been on the phone with an airline supervisor at Boston's Logan Airport for 11 minutes. She reports that the passengers are under the impression that there's a routine medical emergency in first class. About 8:44 a.m., Sweeney reports, "We are flying low. We are flying very, very low. We are flying way too low." Seconds later, she says, "Oh my God, we are way too low." On board Flight 11, the call between flight attendant Betty Ong and the North Carolina reservation's supervisor is cut off.
What's going on, Betty? Betty, talk to me. Betty, are you there? I think we might have lost her.
I was in B Tower. A Tower.
What floor were you on?
B1.
What floor?
The first one.
What happened? Tell me.
When a big explosion happened, some guy came out. His skin was all off. I helped him out. This is him all over. There's people jumping out of windows. I've seen at least 14 people jumping out of windows. It's horrific. I can't believe this is happening.
Anything else that you saw? Were you there for the second hit by the plane?
After, about 10 minutes later, the second building went off.
Did you see it?
Yes, I saw it. It just blew up. A big explosion. People started running. It was just chaos everywhere. People jumping out. People just kept jumping and jumping and jumping. And you could still see they were alive because they were flailing around.
The FBI has already stepped in to investigate. It could be possibly a terrorist strike.
It could be. It could be because it was the first one went off and then 10 minutes later this just blew up out of nowhere.
Hard to think that would just be accidental.
No, I don't think it would be accidental.
Back it up, folks.
Well, there you've got a glimpse in the background of what was then one of the towers of the World Trade Center. Both the main towers have now collapsed.
And is it fair to assume, Commissioner Kelly, that life in New York City will never again be the same?
Well, I don't know. New Yorkers, Americans.
President Bush makes a brief statement before taking off in Air Force One.
Today, we've had a national tragedy. 2 airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country.
Outside, news cameraman Jack Teliercho has gained access to the plaza between the 2 towers.
The plaza was completely empty. There was debris everywhere. The strangest thing about being out there was that the music that normally would play out in the plaza, so this outdoor music, was still playing on the loudspeakers.
All around the towers, people can hear another sound, one they will never forget.
Every couple of seconds you would hear a bang. And what that bang was a body hitting the ground.
It was the most god-awful sound you can imagine.
You would like just cringe, knowing that someone else just died, and someone else just died, and someone else just died.
At the impact zone, up on the 78th floor, Chief Oreo Palmer and Fire Marshal Ronald Bucca stay to fight the blaze among the dead and the dying. Palmer again tries to reach members of Ladder Company 15.
Battalion 7, ladder 15.
It is the last time anyone hears from either Chief Palmer or Fire Marshal Bucca. "9:53 a.m. Inside the coach cabin of United Flight 93, passenger Jeremy Glick and 3 others have taken a vote. They've decided to rush the cockpit and try to take back the plane. The revolt will be joined by a number of passengers, including Tom Burnett, Todd Beamer, and Mark Bingham. The plane is now within 200 miles of pilot Ziad Jarrah's target, the U.S. Capitol building. Tom Burnett calls home a fourth and last time.
He told me that they were waiting until they were over a rural area to take back the airplane. I felt that he just wanted me to be there for him.
Jeremy Glick reassures his wife Liz one more time before he sets the phone down.
He said, all right, I'm going to do it. He said, stay on the line. I'll be right back. I gave the phone to my dad. I went into the bathroom and started throwing up.
The men decide it's time.
I told him that I loved him. And he came to the phone and said, don't worry, we're going to do something. And that was the last thing I heard.
9:57 a.m. The battle for United Flight 93 begins. The cockpit recordings, not yet released, capture screams, loud thumps, and shattering glass and plates. The sounds of a sustained passenger assault. Burnett, Glick, and others fight to break into the cockpit. Hijacker pilot Ziad Jarrah rolls the plane sharply to the left and right. Then he pitches the nose up and down to throw the men off balance.
My dad said that he heard 2 series of screams, almost like it sounded like a roller coaster.
9:58 a.m. Todd Beamer puts down his airphone and says to nearby passengers, "Are you ready? Okay, let's roll." He joins the assault in progress. After several moments, Jarrah stabilizes the airplane. He exclaims, "Is that it? Should we finish it off?" A fellow hijacker replies, "No, not yet. When they all come, we finish it off." The revolt only intensifies. One passenger yells, "In the cockpit. If we don't, we'll die." Finally, a hijacker shouts, "Allahu Akbar," Arabic for God is great. United 93 plunges toward the Earth at 580 miles an hour. It crashes into a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania.